What was the latest Geometry Dash level you've played? Was it the event level? Or maybe it was the daily? Or maybe it was the racing tag? Well, my answer to that is the strangest, most weirdest set of levels you're about to see. And I've even created the weirdest list you'll ever see in GD. But to make this easier, I've split this list into multiple sections, starting off with the first section with weird coin counts. And I've managed to find 5 levels, like this level that has 4 coins. But then when we enter the level, there's only 3, so there isn't 4, right? Nope. When we actually beat the level, there's indeed 4 coins for some odd reason. And even the editor was strange, because there seemed to be nothing wrong with the level. And another level we have is this, Test 666, which is probably even stranger. We start and we have a start pause block, and then we have 3 coins in this pillar, and then the level gets slightly laggy, which I will explain later. We have a few club step monsters, and then the level ends. Normal, right? But with 6 coins? How? And the editor is even weirder. At the beginning, it actually shows 2 start positions, and when you scroll up, I really don't know what to say here. And it gets even stranger because then there's this level, and you saw the title correctly, 9 coins, even though there's only 3 coins in this level. The editor has only 3 objects, and it's the 3 coins. But then it gets even stranger with this level. It's almost the exact same as the previous level, but there's 12 coins. What's weird is that, again, there's only 3 coins, and you won't believe me, but there's actually one more level. I can't believe I'm saying this, 15 coins. By far the weirdest one. So many coins, in fact, it goes off screen. And the editor is strange because not only there's 3 coins obviously, but there's a start pause that doesn't count as an object in the object counter, but still counts as an object when I select everything? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But wait, there's more!
Now we have the next section, which are levels with a weird bug or glitch in the level itself. And there are 4 levels here, starting off with 963333369. What's really strange about this level is that the name of the level is the exact same as the ID. And even stranger, you get a lot of jumps from this level. More specifically, I've been averaging around 75,000 jumps without even trying. And an even stranger level than that is another MyCop. Firstly, the version of the level is -128. Secondly, the amount of stars requested is 66. Thirdly, the description has color text, which is actually kind of cool, but that just makes it stranger. And not only that, the first coin takes a while to get collected, and there's 4 coins in this level. This is why in a previous video of mine, I called this the strangest level, but I might have found even stranger levels in this video. The next level is Dark Angel, and it's only one bug, but only this level specifically. See, when a level gets rated, 99.99% of the time, the coins become verified coins, and they turn silver. However, this level has verified coins and is not rated. Like Zobro said, the level was so bad RobTop did not want to rate it. And the final level in this section is a really unique level I have not mentioned before. It's called Small Space, and by the looks of it, it's a normal 3-star level. But what happens when I go into the level? Platformer mode? Then why is it star rated? And when you go back to check, it's now a platformer level? In fact, this is actually the 2nd ever rated platformer level, but only because of a technicality. And now we have the 3rd section, which consists of levels with strange difficulty rates. And I'll have to split this section into 2 more mini sections. Firstly, the bug difficulty rates, and only 2 levels exist in this mini section. The first level is Luster. It used to be the easiest demon in the game, but then it got re-rated into a 9-star easy level. And just as cursed is Smetana, which is a 9-star normal level. When it first released, it got extremely dislike bombed. It went from difficulty to difficulty, and at one point it was unrated. And then later on, RobTop decided to re-rate the level. But a similar mistake happened, and Smetana became a 9-star normal level. And the second mini section is the weird looking difficulty rates. What I mean by that is that I collected every single level that was featured with no stars.
Yikes.
The only level to be featured normal was Auto, which I believe is the first auto level in the game. There's also 3 different hard levels. Express World, which I feel like some parts are too hard for a hard level. Tri-Step, which has a cool gimmick of having 2 different paths. And the Red Carpet, which ironically has a red ground. And there's actually 10 different harder levels, including Prototype 3, which has one of the weirdest, buggiest jumps I've ever seen in a level. Prohibited Area, which seems very inspired by Theory of Everything, and to be fair, it is using the Theory of Everything song. Cupid Demon, which got heavily dislike bombed, probably because it was too difficult and there's a bug part at 70%. Nonsense World level 12, it is truly nonsense. Maze Funk Maze, which isn't really a maze. Demon Stage, which has some parts that are very recognizable. Jump on Dark, which is a boringly normal level. Razor's Edge, which is heavily inspired by Club Step. The First Labor, which is one of the few levels that is rated with a short level length. And the first 3 trials, which doesn't really have anything special going on. And now we're reaching the biggest section of this video, the weird level names section, and this will be split into 4 mini sections. The first mini section is the hyphen names, which I've split into rated and non-rated levels. For non-rated levels, we have 6 different levels. Voluto, which has a pretty cool space theme. Preview, which I believe is a preview of a level this person made, which I actually can't find for some reason. Dark Flare X, which could maybe give you a seizure. Voluto SP, which is just a shorter version of Voluto that we saw earlier, and Voluto SP2, which is just a slightly longer version of Voluto SP. And for the rated levels, I collected every single rated level with a hyphen, 27 different levels.
Gross!
We have Yujo, the only normal rated level, with a kind of glowy styled level. Minecraft, which obviously being a recreation of Minecraft. Television, which is a really cool level in a television. Dune Riders, which was a fun level and was named after the Water Flame song. Kaleidoscope, a modern and glow mix type level. Starfall, which you can probably tell was also made in 2.0. Harmonia, which is a mostly calm level. Serenity, which really looks like those auto storytime levels. Love You, which has absolutely nothing to do with love. Toriel, which has a repetitive but cool spiked deco block design. Happy Time, which has a really happy song and a strange mechanical theme. Switch, which is probably one of the most unique levels I've seen in a while. Starlight, which is a normal and generic level. Purity, which is another really unique level. Elemelons, which uses a really classic song. Galactica, which is a very blue level. Unravel, which unravels you into the very loud drop. Sorry guys, I just had to. Unnamed, which kinda has a boss fight but not really. Time Attack, which is a really cool time travel type level. Contemptible, which has a few cool gimmicks. Genesis, which has a lot of different themes which I like. Gradient, which might be the strangest because it has 9 coins for some reason. Exaline, which is definitely harder than 9 stars. Shattered 2, which has one of the weirdest songs I've heard in GD. Sirius, which is probably the most infamous example of a level with the hyphen symbol. Climax, which did not age that well, and Grind Fury, which is honestly a very underrated level. After that, we have the second mini section, which I'd like to call the left bracket names, and around 12 levels took advantage of this bug. Like this level, dash Iria 6TBGO -F. Yeah, and the level is even weirder. The level swears at me in the beginning, which thank you, and then a bunch of numbers equals a letter, I guess, and then the level spams this O-O symbol all over the place, followed by a bunch of blocks until the end of the level. After that, we have Prophecy he dash, and the full level is just text talking about how we can find his prophecy. I don't get it. Following that, we have Besta Banan Max, and at least this time it's a relatively normal but also very bright level. We also have Auto Cleaner Das, which has a very interesting dual portal thing that I'm not sure of, but it's still relatively normal. Then we have This Is Onza with some arrow decorations in the short ship part, which makes it relatively normal. We also have She Madafaker, or fucker, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, and the level immediately starts with the N-word that I'm blurring even though it's halfway off of the screen, but you can check the level, it's real. The level stays normal, and at the end it says thank you, muchas gracias. Well, at least the level was a bit kinder at the end. Also in this mini section is Dive of Life Rob, which I'm pretty sure it's impossible until I realized that there was a tiny gap that you could go through. Otherwise, this level's pretty short and pretty normal. Now, the difficulty has changed, and the first level for that is -FU. What doesn't help is the creator spamming FU all around the level with enormous saws, Illuminati confirmed, title hacks confirmed, and Noisemate. After that, we have Kopan Makara, which actually translates to store sausage in Finnish. Well, I'm not sure what's going on, but it's normal. Following that is Dash Mireda de Novel, which translating it gives us level shit. And the name of the level is not wrong because this level is pretty shit indeed. And then we have This Is G also, which includes text that I have no clue what it would mean. And the final level in this mini section is Level Name. It is indeed a level which has a few kind of cool gimmicks. Before we get to the mini section, which I think has the weirdest names, we have the other character names section, where I just compiled a few levels with random characters in them, like the 2 levels that have a full stop in them, Polar Dream and Beginning of Time, both made by the same creator. Beginning of Time uses a cool gimmick of putting invisible objects on top of normal blocks to give a reflection sort of effect. And Polar Dream, the other level, does a very interesting glow effect around the very bright and saturated blocks and spikes. There's 2 different sets of levels that have an exclamation mark, that is Easy and this. Easy has a really interesting 3x speed portal outline design. Meanwhile, this has a single block in the level. That's it. Also, it's on version 69, and the amount of stars requested is 127. And one more thing. Yes, there is 1 block in the level, but when you go into the editor, another 14,160 blocks are just out of view. What the fuck? There are also 2 levels with the single quotation marks in their name, Phantasm and Phantasm 2. Weirdly enough, these 2 levels, made by 2 different creators, are both copies of the 5-star level Phantasm without the quotations. And there's 1 level I found with the percent symbol, which is hexagon life %%%%%%%%%, and the level's not even possible, which seems to be on purpose. Going into the editor, you can see in red text, "You made it," and a bunch of heart symbols. Now, by far the strangest mini section, I present the line levels, level names which literally break Geometry Dash, and I found 10 different levels. The only normal level is called Owl, and it's literally off screen. The level has the word owl, a checkerboard design, and then a bunch of portals and speed portals. After that is whatever this level name is, I don't know. And guess what? The level starts at 98%. Turns out when I click the start pause switcher, there's 128 start positions. And the editor is far stranger. Now near the end, we have all of the start positions placed, which is fine, but that's not all. Before that, there's 2,000 objects worth of white blocks and glow, and scroll further back, and what is that? After that is Sawtastic Auto level, which indeed is an auto level with a bunch of saws in it. The next level is Auto Clubstep, and yeah, it's literally just Clubstep but auto. It also seems to be bugged at 64%, but otherwise nothing much here. Following that is 2 levels called 2.1 is Coming Darkney. Now I had to slow this down because the text colors could give a seizure, but there is one difference between the 2 levels. The hard rated level can be completed immediately. However, the other level, when you go into the editor for this level in specific, even though the length shows tiny, the level actually lasts for 2 billion seconds, or 68 years straight. And then we have AFRI, and it gets even weirder because when we go into the description, I don't know where to contact this, but I'm not even going to try, and I don't know what is an Afrinil. The level is just a copy of Bass After Bass, but has the Stereo Madness song. The level after that is For Michigan with a winking face. The level actually can't be opened anymore, but when we go into the editor, it's mostly a bunch of triple spikes. And possibly the weirdest title for a level, Mola XD 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 low. And the description is Description Moi Royet minus plus plus. What sorcery is this guy making? His username even has a space. Not much happens in the level though. And the final level for that is Najima Anu. And the level is just as strange as the name. It seems to be just like slash, but yeah, that level. This time with only 3 star positions. And also parts that have been copy pasted from other levels. Now, I would say that slash, yeah, could possibly be stranger than the level I nominated as the strangest GD level in my previous video, another My Cop. But what do you think? I've posted the full list in GD and the ID is on screen right now, so you can check out the levels for yourself and make your own conclusions. And that's it. Thank you for watching and please subscribe, it would actually really help me a lot.